Hey everyone, welcome to the Ultimate Personal Trainer podcast. Today I'm going to talk about the realities of running a gym. Now, this is something that I've done for between 16 to 18 years. I can't actually remember how long I've been running a gym for, but needless to say, it's been a very, very long time. So a little bit of background. I started off as a personal trainer in a commercial gym, Fitness First Club, where I experienced a great degree of success in the first 3 years of my career. After that third year, I kind of left the gym environment and just worked and basically went to people's houses until I got frustrated with doing that as well. And then I built a facility as a treatment professional, so doing musculoskeletal treatment and therapy. And after a period of time of doing that, I struggled with the fact that I wasn't the person coaching the clients after that through their exercises to make sure they do things better, to create a high degree of tissue resilience and strength. And they had to go to other gyms and do it by themselves. Online platforms weren't available back then. It was a very, very long time ago. This is pre-Facebook and social media days. And then I basically added a gym to it, then went to a gym, opened a gym/personal training studio with someone else. We then partnered up together and became Australia's first semi-private training facility. Then we doubled in size, and then we eventually opened up a 700 square meter training facility, which we shut down pre-COVID, not long before that, after running that for 5 years. And now I currently own 2 gyms in Adelaide, another state, where I help manage them remotely. So I've had a lot of experience running gyms in different contexts. I was also a personal training manager in the Fitness First, or the second 2IC, for the majority of the time that I was there. So I kind of get it. And here's the thing with running a gym. A lot of people think running a gym is easy. It's basically people show up, they give you money, and you don't do anything about it. There is one context where that is true, and that is running a 24-hour gym. So buying a franchise, that's a 24-hour fitness model where you basically pay for equipment and floor space, and people rent out that from you from paying their membership fees. You can get someone to manage that at quite a low cost because it's in the contract and it's in the name of the gym, but it's going to be a low cost structure, a low impact structure, a low touch point structure for the members to the staff there, because the main attraction for that is people can go by themselves. The gyms I'm going to be talking about are the ones that most personal trainers are going to open, which are boutique, semi-private training studios where we work with clients. And these gyms, a lot of us think they're going to be great. That it's not going to be hard work, we're just going to manage them. We may not run the class now and then, but we'll get staff in pretty quickly. It's simply not the case. These things are incredibly hard to run. There are a ton of different hats you have to wear, a ton of balls you have to juggle, and things that you need to be on top of to make sure your gym grows and to make sure that it's something that you can eventually leave and still, make money from and work with. And this is why I see so many fitness business mentors lie openly by saying they sold their gym because it doesn't simply reward them anymore. They'd rather teach other people how to own gyms and run it without having to be there. If that was true, if they were actually as good as what they say they did and ran their gym without being there, they would still be doing that, because you do not shut down a profitable enterprise for no reason at all besides the fact that it doesn't light you on fire. Okay? This is one of the biggest lies I see all fitness business mentors make. Having the gym didn't make me happy. If it was making you $100,000 passive income per year, you would be very, very happy with that. And that's simply not the case. So a lot of them are shutting down their gyms because they simply aren't succeeding, and they think it's easier to make money selling fitness business training to fitness owners because they can be on the computer all day and they don't have to do the 5 a.m. starts. And what I want to illustrate today is how hard it really is. So when you are running a gym and it's a semi-private gym, you need to be kind of ready to do the following. You need to be ready to do the sales. You need to be ready to do the marketing. You need to do the operations. You need to do the cleaning. You need to do the customer service. You need to do the administration. You need to do the follow-up, and you need to deal with cancellations, and you need to clean the toilets as well. Okay? So when you're running a gym and when you're just starting out, it is generally a real bootstrap operation. The issue with building up a gym versus an online training thing is the actual outlay of cost at the beginning of the process. See, what you have to do is you have to deal with council rates, you have to deal with bonds, you need to deal with the lease, you need to deal with the equipment, you need to deal with the cost of advertising, you need to do the cost of branding, there's insurance, there is a litany of expenses that come in setting up a gym because you need physical equipment to be in the place. Whereas an online coach, you simply need a phone, a camera, and a computer, and you've got all the tools that you need to effectively start training clients tomorrow. If you're a semi-private gym owner, you will be constantly updating your equipment because there is wear and tear. There are other things that you need to be aware of that you need to change and work with all the time. So when you start off as a semi-private gym owner, the expectation that you need to have is that you're going to be working at least 14 hours a day, the majority of days per week, for at least the first 6 to 12, maybe even 18 months of that business, depending on how good you are at managing your time outside of those hours. And this is the issue I see with the vast majority of semi-private boutique gym owners. They don't know how to manage their time, so they don't actually get much done in those hours that they aren't working with clients on the gym floor. This is my recommendation of growth for this audience. Start off by doing all the hours yourself. That's totally fine. People are also going to be paying to come see you in your gym and to work with you as the coach. The first job that you want to outsource at this point when you're doing gym is all the administration work, okay? Do not outsource your training first, outsource your administrative work first, because no one cares who's following up on their billing, and no one cares who's sending up the emails or setting up their accounts. No one cares about that, but they do care greatly about who's training them. So the admin stuff is the first thing to be farmed out. And the reason why, besides the fact that no one cares who's doing it, in terms of your membership base, it's also the most replaceable job that you have, okay? So if you don't need to be you to do admin. To train clients, they come because of you. They like your unique personality, your way of doing things, your way of talking to them. So it's very important to keep that for as long as you can. The next thing that you want to outsource are things like the cleaning and the other operations. And then eventually, when you're really, really tired, bring in another trainer. Now, that trainer's job is to help you spend more time on marketing and sales. That's their entire job. So it is of critical importance that you get having the right trainer in the gym as soon as possible when you are ready for that stage, so you can focus on marketing and sales. And this is where a lot of gym owners kind of miss the boat. Once they get their gym to a certain point, they think marketing and sales need to slow down. No, they need to actually get more aggressive at this point there. The reason for that is the area that you're in, the amount of competition you have will dictate how strong your marketing needs to be. And if you swap over trainers, there is very likely to be an increase in customer churn. The reason for that is because people are originally coming to see you, so when they see someone else, that changes the experience somewhat. Now, most people are pretty flexible and they'll work with multiple people, but a lot of people want to work with the owner of the gym because there's some kind of, I guess, prestige from that. So you need to be aware of the fact that there will be turnover from that we need to be aware of, okay? That's something that we need to be aware of. So as a gym owner, get in mind that if you are going to be doing it, you're going to be doing at least 12 to 14 hour days, 16 hour days, every day for the first 6 to 18 months, and you've got a certain list of tasks. What I recommend you do is work out all the things that you do throughout a day and identify a time that you have to do them, get them done, and you need to be rigorous about this. A lot of gym owners fall behind because they don't charge clients, they don't follow up missed payments, they don't check on cancellations, they have to issue refunds, and it actually really negatively affects the entire vibe of the gym. So replace that as soon as you can with an administrative assistant. These can be remote as well, which saves a whole ton of money in a number of different ways. And that's something that we can certainly help you out with at NPC. And then eventually work at getting someone else into the gym to take the class so you can spend more time on the delivery and the execution of marketing and sales, which are going to be the greatest thing that pushes your gym forward. If you do that, you will be able to then work reasonable hours in the gym, and as it grows, remove yourself step by step from that, but still having some involvement as the face of the gym, because that's where people are coming forward to see the actual owner. And once you've got to the point where the trainers are famous within the gym, and you can outsource the marketing and sales to someone else who does it, which if you are at that place, I can recommend people for you to do that, then guess what happens? You guys are going to start to succeed and your gyms are going to start actually making the money that you want them to do. Thanks heaps guys for listening. I'll see you next time on the podcast.